order on Friday, March 28th at 10:04 a.m. So the meeting is now open. Review the agenda. Has everyone reviewed the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, so have I. Everything looks good. So discuss the meeting minutes from the previous meeting. I didn't have any questions.
I didn't have any questions. They looked great. I make a motion that we accept the previous meeting minutes from
February 20th.
February 20th.
Motion is unanimous.
Okay. Beautiful.
So I second it.
Is Farrell on?
I don't know. I'll ask.
Doesn't look like it.
I'm in the meeting waiting for the organizer to start it. It's
Never dull.
never dull. But we have opened the meeting. Did you have any comments on the agenda or the meeting minutes?
I reviewed him. Nope.
Okay. Okay, so the next is discuss the request for a septic permit extension for Melody Needham. Needham.
Yep, this is the lots that are on the North Bridge Upton line.
Right.
There was some questions from the EPA because there was so much clearing,
Okay.
and she's got a house along with an in-law.
An ADU.
Yes,
Over the barn,
yes.
over the barn.
That's okay.
So it has two separate septic systems, only one well, and I made sure she understood if she sells either one of these properties, it has to be sold, everything has to be sold together, because there's only one well.
Right.
She said, yes, I do know that. But she's saying that she was waiting for the earth removal permits, which is why she was not able to start the septic when she wanted to, so now she's looking for an extension. She's not telling me how long she'd like it to. I think 6 months will do it, because I think she's just waiting to start.
Yeah, I think 6 months would be appropriate.
Agreed.
So I make a motion that we grant the 6-month extension to Melody Needham.
200A West River Street.
Yes, 200A West River Street.
I second
Farrell?
that.
And it's unanimous.
Thank you.
All right, tobacco regulation and fine.
Yes, Country Super, I think we all received the email a little bit ago. Country Super was fined. There are state inspectors that come in, apparently. She looked at the ID. There's an older woman that works at Country Super. And she did the math and asked, how old are you? And the person said 18, and she went, okay. Kind of a brain fart that it's now 21.
Oh,
Mhm.
Country Super came in, and there's little if no profit on cigarettes. And because of this incident, she is no longer selling cigarettes. So she has asked that we waive the fine. We have the ability to do that. She's not selling them anymore. You know, good help is hard to get. And I don't think there was anything malicious about it. I think it was just truly a lapse in judgment. So I'd make a motion that we waive.
Just a warning on the first
Yes.
offense.
what
It's
is
just
the
to
fine?
give a warning.
$500?
$1,000.
$1,000.
And when I happened to walk in when Betsy was in the Board of Health, and she said, I don't even think I make $1,000 profit out of all the cigarettes I sell in 1 year. So to a small
Wow.
business, if we find her 1,000 and she's actually now going in the negative, that would be.
Well, and like understanding that, the contra to that and just arguing that is it did actually happen.
It did.
And that is statutorily a thing as a disincentive for other bad actors to be like, oh, we're gonna go forward and do that. Understanding that, it does seem like it was a one-off. And I would be amenable to, at very minimum, reducing it, but waiving it if that's possible.
I think it's possible to waive it. I could just issue a warning. And like I said, she's no longer selling cigarettes, so it's definitely not going to happen again.
Is it cigarettes or?
Intervention.
I think that's all she sells is cigarettes. I don't think she sells cigars or
No, it's
anything.
just cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay, no chewing tobacco.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So,
No, I think if she has stopped selling tobacco products, and will not do so in the future, then we can waive the fine. I'm. in
That's
favor
what she
of that.
said she was going to do. She
There's no
said,
cigarettes there. I was in there.
So is there a way to revoke her permit for tobacco products with, that is present with the Board of Health?
So they're renewable August. I think you have till September to renew it, and she just won't apply for one.
Okay,
Right now, if you go in there, there are no cigarettes in the back there. They're
Okay.
gone completely.
okay,
So I seriously doubt you'll see them back. But, even if she did apply, I would not, we'd have her in to discuss it if she does reapply again, but
it would come through our office,
Right.
correct? Yeah,
Right.
so we have a way to flag it and catch it in the future.
Yeah.
okay. Then I'm amenable to that plan.
I would,
so second the motion. Go ahead.
I would unanimous it, yep.
Okay, Suzie, discuss septic designs for lot number 1 Old Grafton Road, Bugsy LLC.
Paul has looked at this and stamped it.
Is this new construction?
Yes.
Bugsy.
I want people to follow this since this one.
Well, that's a company name, yeah.
This is the proposed house. This is system. Would be the driveway. So the system's on the front yard.
No, I don't see,
Is there a well or is there water out there down there, do you know?
well, radius.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's
you
right
see
there.
proposed well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's on the back.
So, yeah, so and it's, more than 100 feet from,
And it's 48 feet from the corner of the house.
needs to be 100 feet from the system.
That's 50, that's the 50 feet line, that's the 100 feet line.
Yeah, it's more than it's fine.
Yeah,
If you Look, it says 100-foot well radius. There's a
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
And
right, you know,
the septic is outside.
out there, yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Paul's our expert, so I would definitely trust him.
So this is a brand new construction, brand new
Yes.
build. Okay. I like the drawings, they actually drew it out well, that's neat.
Yeah, you get all kinds that come in, that's for sure.
Transport engineering.
Oh, there's the vent, so the vent's gonna be in the front
Yeah.
yard, okay.
Yeah, that's mandatory now to vent the system, makes them last a lot longer.
Nice,
So that's why sometimes I see them and they're flat, but they still have a vent.
Yeah.
yes. Yes,
Don't know how that even came up.
it was probably
Do
Austin Anderson.
you, if my office isn't open, it's designed.
Right, I make do you have any questions? Not that you can see it, Carol, but it looks really nice.
It looked like you guys did a great job of assessing it. Very thorough.
Beautiful. I make a motion, we accept the septic design for lot 1, Old Grafton Road, Bugsy LLC.
I will second it.
And it's unanimous. All right, to the agenda.
Yeah.
Good.
Anything further, Diane?
No, not on that one.
Okay, any other topics not reasonably anticipated by the chairman?
We have
So
some
we have
food.
food
permit.
permit.
Food permits, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Fee for food permits,
Slightly
yes.
sleep deprived.
You know, I've been feeling.
Are you getting sleep?
The last few days, I think it's like the last dredges of the cold.
Yeah,
Because I've been coughing and it's just not fun. Like, I think I sprained a muscle on the side of my lawn.
Okay, 2 of those, I'm still waiting for the application and the inspection. I just don't want to have to call you all back in. So these are going to be pending inspection, these 2 last.
Birds
No.
on the street.
So Farrell, the food permits are for JJ's Ice Cream, which should be opening very
Yeah.
soon.
Yep.
tis the season, yay.
There's a couple of food trucks for the Rushford and Sons.
Okay.
And then fired up is Sherry and Russ Burger from the old Red Rock. And they have a
Oh.
pizza truck. And that's what these food permits are for.
Okay. You know, we looked up Rocco's Donuts the other day in Westboro because I was like,
Yeah.
they're right next to Dunkin'. So what are they about? And I noticed on their website they have a food truck, and I'm like, Rushford and Son should have a Rocco's Day.
Yeah. Aren't those the donuts that are like this big?
They have
I
like
think
They
so.
really are, they are huge.
We're trying to figure out.
And they are-
if we wanna Get one.
They're
have to
good.
share
I've been
with
in-
5
I did.
people.
Right.
I shared it, I cut it in half with my husband, it was still huge. But they were very good, that and Rocco's in Millbury, if you're a
Yeah, it's
donut
more than
aficionado. It's
I
Pretty
figured they
good.
must be special since they were like right next to a Dunkin', like right there. I'm like, they have to have something going on.
Yes, all hand custom made, I guess.
Mhm.
I have one question. I've seen some emails going back and forth about the 33 Grove Street.
Yes. Yeah.
Where do we stand right now
Okay.
with that?
So, I did receive a pumping receipt,
Right,
which is great.
right.
Thank you, Mike. But it's not the answer to our problem.
No,
So she did not respond to that last email.
The one that you requested, the
what
engineer.
Contract, yeah.
Yeah.
well, contractor, and we said we could get them
Right,
one, and
right.
they do realize that the house will be condemned.
I told her that in the letter. So,
Did we ever make contact with the owner and tell him the house will be
yes,
condemned?
yes, he came in, he stood in front of me in the office. I told him that this was urgent, that it's rectified immediately. I said, this can't wait. And they said they understood, and I really expected them to be contacting us within days, and I heard nothing for weeks.
Because my understanding is when Paul went out, he gave her the names of people he would
Yes.
prefer, especially with the indoor pool, and they all agreed. And now it's like a newsflash.
So she did contact Allen Engineering,
Okay,
but I don't think, this was like maybe back in February, and I don't think she ever followed up on anything with them. And that's why I said, who did you contact?
Right.
well, but
She
my
didn't answer that
understanding
either.
would be, if they're just tenants and renting, it would be the owner's
Right,
requirement.
but
to
he was on that email too, so again, there's been no response.
Can we follow up with the owner, and what would you suggest the
Absolutely.
next steps be like? Like, this can't go
I'll
on.
give them a deadline and say we will start processing a condemnation if you're not going to proceed with this.
Yeah,
We need to see some kind of action.
I would think both an email and maybe a certified letter,
Yeah.
Agreed.
and just mention in the email that we're sending a certified letter as well.
Okay,
And can you send the email with a receipt?
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
please do that.
Yeah, because honestly, for reasons exactly like you're describing, I hate certified letters.
So do I. A lot of people,
Like,
Well,
they just don't have to pick them up.
right.
right. And like, I would almost say, let's not tell them we're sending a certified letter so they actually get it.
That's true.
Well, we didn't pick up the last one.
Oh, that's fair.
This Grove Street?
Yeah,
Yes, well, I would,
talked to
and
Bill.
you delivered as
I served.
constable.
right,
He delivered that letter
Um,
voucher. We didn't sign. So yeah, absolutely.
okay.
I will follow all that.
So,
Now, I know the owners in Westboro. Could we have the Westboro constable serve the letter? If we're going to condemn,
We could.
I mean, just to cover it so
Yeah.
that nobody says,
so,
I can do, if he doesn't, I can
Can you-
do it. I can go.
so
you
if
can
we,
go out of town? Okay, good. He can go. I didn't know he could go out of town.
I did a lot of evictions, last year in Douglas.
Did you?
Yeah.
This is the Grafton Road one that we agreed to,
oh, okay,
but we didn't sign it.
okay, understand.
It's a 3-page document, so I'm sure you.
Oh, I
didn't
did see
miss it.
that.
I know, it's easy to miss.
So on what time scale do we want to say that you're condemned? Like a
So
month?
Monday is the 31st. Yeah, if we don't have a design plan in our office within, we can give them a month, because some engineers do take longer than others. So say
At
like
least-
April 30th.
If you want to send this.
Yeah, that makes sense. And because I wouldn't mind if we demand a design plan by April 30th. Just make sure it's on a Sunday or something.
Yeah.
And if they can't produce it, then the engineer drawing it should at least reach out to us and say, hey, I've been,
Right.
you know,
If they show a good faith
retained,
effort,
and yes.
good faith effort, and we'll back off a little bit. They're not showing any kind of effort.
Yeah, they need to, yeah,
And there are a lot of people in that house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not two elderly people, it's
Right, exactly.
multiple.
Mhm.
you said April 30th,
Yeah, whatever, Friday is close to.
that's Wednesday.
Okay,
Okay, that's fine.
so you want to stick with that date?
I
Yeah.
think that's a
Okay.
great date.
All right.
Stuff.
Okay. All right, so that answers 33 Grove Street. I do have a couple of other things that are on the agenda and,
Okay.
then Mike sure would like to.
Okay.
Yeah, you do it.
come to the board. Hazardous Waste Day.
Mhm.
This kind of came up fast. June 7th is 2 months away.
Okay,
I don't know if either of you can attend.
I think
So Ted used to take our propane tanks and the car batteries. I have arranged for the hazardous waste people to take the propane tanks. And Mike said he could take care
I
of
think
it.
I'm gonna contact somebody, I was gonna deliver it to them, but they'll take it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
it's not
you.
a problem.
Now the propane tanks, typically we would charge $7 because the people that were collecting them would charge Ted. But if they go into the hazardous waste people, we really don't have to charge
Okay,
unless they decide, Clean Harbors decides, you know what, we're gonna charge you extra, we never used to collect them.
okay.
right,
So I gotta make sure Clean Harbors is okay with that. But anyways, so this is going to be advertised.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get it in that local newspaper, but I don't know, it's really hard to contact them, they don't seem
And
to,
it's so sporadic.
yeah, it comes,
Um,
it comes.
if, when you get it done, I'll scan it in and I put it all over Facebook and
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
get it up on we'll get it on the main page of the website for the town and our page as well. And, maybe we'll put some of those flyers, like maybe we can put one at Soul Food or,
I do use the electronic signs too when it
okay,
gets close,
yeah.
so,
I did have a question about specifically this, because this is something that I've been trying to figure out what to do with it. I have like two partly filled 4 or 5-year-old 5-gallon gas cans. And I like the cans,
yeah.
but I
no,
don't
you
like the
can-
gas.
Yeah, you can bring that and they'll dump the gas.
Oh, nice.
And they'll give you back your container. Just tell them, I want
Yeah,
my
yeah.
container back. They really
Okay.
don't want the container. They will
Yeah.
throw it in the dumpster if you leave, so.
Right, right. Okay,
Oh, yes.
perfect. Yeah,
Nice. Maybe we should, is that noted on there? Because I'm sure there's other people.
they said up to 10 gallons of hazardous waste and then like, that's they have flammable liquids and solvents, so that is gas.
And maybe when we advertise this too, because every person in Upton is entitled to bring $30 worth of items
we
to
Sign up with Sutton, yes.
Oh, we do.
And that's if we get the grant money, which we
Oh.
did, so yes, I think that expires this coming May, maybe. I gotta find out when that expires.
All right, well,
but
we
yeah,
won't
we can-
advertise
we can
that, but,
sign-
but maybe if we sign up again and the grant money comes
Yeah.
through,
It is on the website.
yeah,
It's on our.
but
website.
nobody.
Usually they'll call me. And
Right,
they'll say, hey, I don't want to wait till June 7th, and I always give out that information.
Okay, good.
To anybody that calls.
Yeah.
So it's available, it's just a matter of if they're gonna have. to-
because there's a place in Sutton just past Walmart in Whitesville, and you can bring $30 worth of hazardous waste for free because you're not
Nice.
a resident, which is nice, anytime, which helps.
Yeah,
So yeah, I just want, if you guys can keep June 7th on your radar,
yes,
Just wrote it down.
I think Farrell has a pass.
yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
you want to get out
I
of
wouldn't
the-
bring the baby, but yeah.
Yeah, you could, you could.
If you want to escape, find a babysitter.
All right, and last thing that I have, so our Wheelabrator contract will expire December of 2027.
Mhm.
So there's a group together, a consortium that's working on renegotiating the contract. We don't have to participate in this. We did in the last one because the rates they were offering were really good. Wheelabrator's tonnage rates were really good.
Okay,
So, like I said, they're renegotiating. And they want to know if we want to move forward in this group. And if we do, there's a lawyer that works on this and every town wants to participate in this has to pay their share. I don't know what that fee is yet. I did talk to Mendon about it. They are in. I asked him, I said, do we have an idea of what this lawyer is gonna cost? And nobody seems to know. It just says the cost is yet to be determined, but it will likely be a total based on the hourly rate multiplied by the total number of hours divided by the proportional share of your waste tonnage. As we discussed in Medfield, you must be willing to share in this legal cost to take advantage of the negotiated contract.
Now,
So I will not be here in December of 27, but I don't want to leave this in somebody's lap.
Right.
no,
I like how she
I didn't
dumped on
say
you
you
guys.
could retire. You're too willing. Well, my only concern on that is, right now lawyers are almost $500 an hour.
Mhm.
And, is this something we could just call Wheelabrator and say, are you willing to extend the contract? Or do we need to negotiate with them? Because they're giving us a group rate.
What is the benefit of
Exactly.
that negotiation?
Yes, what's the benefit of it?
Your rates are much better in this
Yeah.
group
They
than,
are.
I don't even know if they would be willing to do it privately with just
Okay.
us.
So then it may not be a multiple choice question because we do need, Wheelabrator takes all our.
Yep.
They call it Wheelabrator. I'm just
It's
curious.
actually now called Wind Waste Innovations.
Okay,
Been bought out.
Been after years.
because it sounds like a calibrator, but
Yes,
it's not.
Yeah.
It sounds like something that,
it sounds like a
like
vehicle.
vibrates the
Yes.
truck or something, and it's the Wheelabrator.
Right.
I think-
Maybe that's why they changed the name.
Maybe, it was just confusing everybody.
Yeah. So we don't have to go with Wheelabrator either. I mean, like Harvey could take their trash anywhere. A lot of companies don't want to be participating in this, but then we might get stuck with a bigger bill than what Wheelabrator charges. Their rates are really attractive, which is why most people join us.
When do we have to provide an answer?
April 4th.
And
Oh, nice.
secondly, can we put a cap on
Yeah.
our expenses?
Hmm.
Like say that we have earmarked this much for legal,
Mm.
it will not go further than that. So if you drag on negotiations for like 7 months, then we're not paying that.
Yeah, and I'm sure I will definitely ask that question. I think it's just a matter of them reviewing the contract, so it
Okay.
shouldn't be something that's gonna drag on for days and days.
Okay.
But that's a good question. I will definitely ask that question.
Yeah, I mean, if all he's doing is reviewing the contract, he's gonna charge us an hour or two,
Yeah.
and there's 10 towns, $1,000, that's a reasonable cost. That's $100 a town.
They should be able to provide us an estimate.
I think
That's
so.
what I feel too. It's hard for us to say yes when we
At
don't, know
least
if we have the funds.
Yeah, just tell them that with the budget being so tight, we
Yeah.
really need at least a ballpark.
Right,
We're not gonna hold you to
Right.
it, but at least give
I
us an
agree.
expectation.
I agree.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, so we won't make a decision on that. I will follow up with those questions and.
Okay, Michael.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. I think
No.
it's good.
We saw they're gonna be trapping the beaver down by Glen Ave water source,
Okay,
because they get high E. coli in it. A little challenging this one because I only find 3 spots, they're heavy, but I can't find a hut anywhere. So I've only got 2 so far, we're gonna have to extend that permit.
This is on Glen Ave.
Yeah, Glen Ave,
This is at the Glen Ave well.
the Glen Ave well,
it's by the
so
road.
it's not too far from you.
Oh, yeah. I know
Oh,
where-
it's the opposite.
Extra water,
Yeah.
right by your
Yeah.
house down, but I'm on the upper end. Yeah, it's a little challenging because they're getting active, but I won't, found 3 places they're really been at. So I got 2, I think there's a couple more there, just what I'm seeing eating.
Right.
So, trying to get that done as quick as possible. We I spent a ton of time on it,
And the beaver permit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Done a few, panel inspections, another one. I know Kevin falls into the selectmen, but, like the lady that's grooming the dogs on Main Street
Mhm.
across the super. Denise and I will give her a cut rate on the permit. It's $250, small business. It's a lot of money.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, she's only paying 100. Because the state's making you, anytime you take a dog and hold it, you're supposed to have a count. So they're trying to,
Right.
I think it's all about money.
course
Yeah.
it is. Same reason that my
Yeah.
husband, when he was a general contractor, I had to have a home improvement contractor's license.
Then all the wildlife questions are coming out now. Yeah, people are seeing wildlife and, fox will be, I'm sure within a month, I'm gonna hear about foxes like crazy.
Right.
And then just go, one lady complained about a dog on West River Street. Lady lives at 154. Complained at 157 dog never left the property. Long story short, nothing to do about it.
Yeah,
And then on the other side of her, so that's probably 152. The guy did say dog went on the road, but he did call it back, but of course she's freaking out, you know. It's just one of those drama things that you,
yeah,
and it's just,
yeah.
and it's just phone calls back and forth. It's just like, it's killing me, you know, it's like, it's just trying to satisfy, I'm trying to, but it's tough.
Well, at some point, if they're calling and nothing is really happening,
Yeah,
No violations.
like. I
So-
feel like
so what would go for
be
you?
able to tell them to stop.
yeah, but
Yeah.
look, you still deal with the public. That's the hardest thing, the public.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is.
I mean, if the dog keeps running out into the road.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
That's an issue.
Yeah,
Right.
but lady comes and calling and stuff like, prime example is Linda Usher. Lives on South Street. And I'm surprised I haven't got a phone call yet this month. It's coming up. I know it is. She's in her 70s, these triathlons, whatever. She runs the road, rides bikes, and she complains about dogs all the time.
Right,
And half the time, there's nothing going on.
right.
And it just, you really want to say, I really want to say what I want to say, but you just can't do it because it just opens a bag of worms for more problems, you know? So you try to say it to appease her
Right,
and then
right.
move on, you know, take it with a grain of salt and move on.
No, I guess I'm just interested in decreasing your call volume that people are giving you nuisance calls.
Oh, yeah, well, the first call, the lady wrote, because it was registered letter. She didn't even talk to face to face. She sent a registered letter, complaining about her dog. So she called me on it. I read the letter. She goes, can I read the letter back? You can do whatever you want. There's nothing wrong here. It wasn't the Tide bylaws. So she wrote a letter. She wanted to put it in the mailbox. I went the other way, drove away. By 8 o'clock that night, Joe had one, the police chief had one on it, and then, of course, I get it. You know, and then they're all like,
She's talking to
there's
the
no-
board of selectmen as well.
Yeah. and there's nothing going on here.
Right,
The dog hasn't left the property yet. It's a dog barking, running around, yeah, just wants to play.
right,
So I got out of the truck, that's all I want to do is play with me.
right,
It's just a
right.
big dog that wants to play with everybody.
Right.
And I talked to neighbors across the street, the kids, they don't have a problem with the dog. So,
Well,
Well, thank you for
Yeah.
fielding that.
yeah, those just, some of them
it's
just,
the joys of the job.
this is part of the joys of the job.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm glad you ran for, Board of Health,
Yes.
because they're gonna ask,
Thank you.
is she pulling papers? Because if not, I'm gonna pull the papers, because we're not changing what we got going on here. So, we're so smooth, because you get the wrong person, and it could
Which is
be,
why Diane's not gonna retire.
I'm gonna retire before she is. I'm gonna retire before she is.
None of you can leave before me.
Yeah.
Well, then it needs to be, we all need to go as a group.
Yes.
It'll be a total log.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, that's
okay.
all.
Is that it?
Oh,
I think that's,
Oh, one more?
I got one more, I got a guy on Fowler Street, 84, Thomas, I can't think his, I got it written down. Looks like I got him a free rabies, vaccine for his dog, just, vet wants $125.
Wow.
Because they want the visit. You pay the visit fee now.
We don't do the,
No,
We haven't done it.
yeah, it is.
Our
So
last one,
anyways,
like 3 people showed up.
really,
So
that's
we
too
just
bad.
stopped doing it.
Liz at Bay Path, I contacted her, which they've been really good to us.
Okay.
mhm.
Got a hold of their vet and I'm gonna get a free, I got a free
That-
rabies shot for him.
That's concerning to me. You know, elderly people who can't
Yeah.
afford 125, you know, if their dogs are gonna be unvaccinated, that's huge.
We can try to bring it back again. It's just that there was no,
I think it should be a sign, if we do, it's gonna be a sign up list.
oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I think and say if we can get X amount of people, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because when we did the rabies clinic, what did we charge? It was
It was like
minuscule, if
10 to
anything.
15.
Yeah, 'cause the vaccines is $20 a shot.
I'm just worried that, you know, and I haven't had animals for a while, but all I've heard is a vet visit is
Very
crazy.
expensive. Very.
So,
Do you want some cats?
no,
Yeah.
He's always trying to hawk our cats.
both Rich and Logan are allergic, except my son has realized that he's not allergic to Persian cats.
Okay.
So he wants a Persian cat.
Oh,
And they
wow.
start at $3
I
grand.
was
I'm
gonna
like,
say, those are
As soon as you get your own apartment, you can have your cat.
that's what I said. I said, well, if you feel like paying for it, and if you can pay $3 grand, you can pay your college tuition bill too.
Yeah,
And then,
I'm so mean.
I am going to be out in Canada, May, oh my phone's a little, has a bit of a problem. It's the last week of May, I'm going.
Okay.
And, so Wendy's gonna cover that,
Oh,
while I'm
okay.
gone.
I'm gonna be gone that same week.
But, Wendy's gonna
But he's
cover,
gonna be busy.
Wendy's still looking for a class,
Could hire
a class closer,
Okay,
her.
you know, the, core class,
right.
but not every Bridgewater. Everything in Boston. So,
Yeah, if we could look into a rabies clinic, you know?
Sure.
there's some in Worcester, but, you know, do I send an 84-year-old guy to Worcester?
No, I think, like I said, I think years ago when, you know, you'd walk into the vet and they charge you $30 for the
Right.
shot, it was one thing, but knowing,
Now you have to have a whole.
you know, this elderly man was gonna be charged, that's huge. I just, and I know rabies is increasing. I mean, it was just, there was a little boy on the news the other night that got bit by a rabid
Yeah.
fox.
Except for the Cape. Except for the Cape.
Yeah, it came after him in Bridgewater, I think, or
Yeah,
somewhere.
I saw that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, like if there's, I don't know if there's state grants, that sort of thing or not.
I have not seen anything come across
Okay.
my desk, but I can definitely research
But
it.
even if we could do a clinic and, you know, I know we've got a few vets here in town
That's
that
true.
might be willing to help.
We
And,
just would have to get Denise on board because she's there to register at the same time that we get
Okay.
the vaccines and,
okay,
so yeah, we could definitely look into that.
okay, sounds like a
And
plan.
we could even have a sign, like
Right.
a simple sign and have it present on Hazardous Waste Day
Yeah.
and be like, call if you're interested.
Yeah, sign up.
Call if you're interested.
Yeah,
Call and sign up, yeah.
sign up and pay, because that's a lot of them in wish to do it. So you sign up, you pay the $20,
Sure, they're
and
coming.
if you don't show up,
You
you
know.
donate $20
Right, thank
to
you.
the program. That's how it's set very clearly
That's a good
in writing on it.
That's good, yeah.
That's a great idea.
And then, you know, if your numbers are getting small, you may reach out to Mending, maybe Hopedale, small towns, you can get.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
see what we get and, you know, so
You can just let it be anybody can attend. it.
anybody
Yeah.
can attend,
Yeah,
yeah.
it really don't matter if you up.
Yeah, because like I say, when we publish the mosquitoes, you know, the mosquito doesn't actually,
Right.
if
stop
they've
it.
got West Nile and Grafton, they don't go,
Right.
can't go to Upton.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Upton vaccinated, let's, you know.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's, all right. Anything else? We'll stop.
No, I'm good, I am good. Those are the three.
All right. I think that concludes the meeting. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn at 10:40.
I second it.
Thank you, Sarah.
Unanimous.
Where's your gavel?